Okay, what if you had this amazing superpower and you didn't even know it? This superpower could simulate reality and do trial and error in the simulation and tell you what would work in the real world. This simulation could tell you what you would need to do in order for you to succeed. Well, you do. It is called thinking. Welcome Improvement Gang, my name is Mibar Zagoya. To those who are new, and if you like this type of content, self-improvement, make sure you smash the like button so that the YouTube algorithm understands that you like this kind of videos. And plus, you help me make more. Okay, so what I want you to know is that I'm actually making a playlist of these type of videos called The Thinker, The Doer, and The Strategist. Now, this is the first video, The Thinker, and the following videos are going to come in the following weeks. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Okay, what is a thinker? You see, a thinker is one that uses its mind primarily to interact with the world. Unlike the doer, the thinker is much more creative and analytical. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm just doing this for randomness and I just made this stuff up. No. Imaginations, or mind simulations, is actually a real thing and affects your body and mind. It's actually been a great way for you to reduce anxiety, treat other phobias, affect your mood, your heart, and other parts in your body. So how are we gonna be able to use this mind of ours in real life? So the most common thing that we're gonna be able to do is arguments. For example, ever been in the shower, you start thinking of an argument that you had, maybe you lost, maybe you won, but you start thinking of the random things you could have said, but you didn't, but now you replay them, and now in your mind, you're winning the argument, you're destroying your enemy, and you're bringing all this glory to yourself of how smart, how complicated you are. So this is actually reality. You are actually forming an argument in your mind and putting it through different simulations and seeing what ways it's going to survive, what ways it's going to die, and ways for you to reinforce what you already believe. Now, this simulation is like a trial and error to see what really works out there for your argument. Now, these simulations are actually going to make your argument pretty strong, but also is going to refine your argument and make it more coherent. Now, it's not perfect because sometimes in action, it's actually not that good. But let's look at the other simulation that the thinker can do in its head to improve its life. And that is movements. Now, you can have very complicated simulations in your mind about movements, like Conor McGregor, who just predicts a lot of his visual. He is an awesome visualist, and you are going to see why. You see, Conor McGregor used these visualizations to better improve their fighting and see what they need to work, what they need to expect, and how they're actually going to win. This is like imagining what to do, how to move in order for you to reach your survival or your goal. Now, this means that you're able to predict many movements, many complicated movements, and that you're able to fix them in your mind before you actually play them out. This is very useful in fights, basketball, running, football, any other sport, but it can also be very good for moving out puzzles. And this can also be very useful for anticipated danger like thievery. Okay, enough of that, and we're actually going to start to talk about the more complicated things that thinking brings to us. And that is the forming of ideas. You see, when you start imagining, when you fully start to immerse yourself in these beautiful images, beautiful ideas, concepts, and start to connect the world around you, you're going to create new ideas, new hybrid ideas, and unique perceptions of reality. Okay, so how are we actually going to prove our ideas with our mind? Well, that is actually very simple, and that is through imagination. You see, what imagination is, it just adds a bunch of ideas to new existing, formulates, twists them, intertwists them, and forms out new hybrid ideas, unique ideas, and that's going to be very useful for you. Now, there is a bad way to go about this, and that is to forcefully try to be creative. So rather than trying to be forceful, go about it like it is a ship in the sea. The current is going to lead you to where you want to be. And once you do this, this is going to take you to new ideas, new connections, and new things in your life. And the more creativity you have, the more amazing things that you're going to experience in life, because creativity is going to improve your life, improve your satisfaction, your joy, everything around you, because quite literally the options are limitless when you're in this creative thinking. Now, I have been selling you this idea that the thinker is an amazing thing, but there are problems with it. You see, too much thinking can actually lead to inaction, trap you in the mind, trap you in the thoughts and perfectionism. which of course can lead to anxiety and depression. On top of that, the thinker can actually be very offset in reality. You see, our mind tries to create the best simulation out there, but we don't fully understand the world around us. It's just a simulation, not reality. And this is the great distinction between the thinker and the doer. The doer learns by acting. It strives through action. There is never a moment to not start doing something. It can even have massive amounts of progress. Now, if you want to learn more about the strategist, the doer, and the thinker, I suggest you click on the playlist I did because it's going to have all the 3 videos. Anyway, you have a good one. Thinking. Arguments.